Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our June virtual Power and Partnership Breakfast. This is the start of the summer for us and for many of you, and we're so happy that you've chosen to be with us today. We want to thank our sponsors. You can see our banners on both sides. Murray State University, we're so proud to have them as our partner and as our sponsor today, and we're also going to hear as our featured speaker from Dr. Bob Jackson, the Murray State University president. So we look forward to hearing from him in just a few minutes. Of course, we have to begin with a few chamber announcements. So we do have some new members who've just recently joined the chamber. Four Rivers Harley-Davidson, Idols Aside Ministries, and Waste Control Specialists. So welcome to them. We're happy to have them. We also celebrated with three members recently and want to congratulate them on their ribbon cuttings. Mercy Health's new Employee Health Solutions Division, Harness Health Partners, Lourdes Occupational Health, and Be Well Center inside their medical center. Atomic City Family Fun Center. Boy, we had a great time with them at their ribbon cutting. They have go-karts, an arcade, a miniature glow golf, all kinds of stuff, and some great food inside there too. So we had a great time for our ribbon cutting at Atomic City Family Fun Center. It's right there on Hinkleville Road. And then we also celebrated with River City Nutrition Paducah, located at 2929 James Sanders Boulevard. They have an amazing menu of drinks and smoothies and all types of really nutritional drinks that are so good, and so we had a great time with them. Now we have a ribbon cutting coming up next week for their grand opening on Wednesday, June 9th at 9:30 a.m., and that's Chicken Salad Chick Paducah. So we can't wait to be with them. They're right beside Strawberry Hills Pharmacy at 2670 New Hope Road. So join us next Wednesday, 9:30 for that ribbon cutting, and I bet we'll have some free samples. Our annual golf scrambles coming up next Thursday. It's sponsored by Holland Stivers Employer Solutions. They've been with us for several years, and we appreciate them very much. It is sold out for teams, but we're also always looking for additional door prizes and things. So if you want to help, we need volunteers. Just let us know. We'd love to have you with us next Thursday. It's a great networking event. It's at the Country Club of Paducah. After a challenging 2020, it should be a beautiful day together. I want to thank our gold sponsors as well, PFGW and US Bank. And then you can see our next list of silver sponsors, our beverage cart sponsor, our lunch sponsor, and special thanks to Pepsi as well. So our silver sponsors there are Golden Eagle, Independence Bank, View Magazine, Paducah Bank, Clark Distributing, and Roof Brothers. So thanks again to all of our sponsors that you saw on the screen. The Paducah Young Professionals, we're so proud of that organization, and they are hosting their annual Breakfast with the Interns next Wednesday, June 9th at Noble Park. It's going to be a busy week next week. That breakfast is sponsored by Arnold Realty Group. If you register now, you can get a free t-shirt from them as well. And this is our first event for the year with our local interns. So it is the PYP Breakfast with the Interns. We're happy that Mayor George Bray will be there to deliver welcoming comments to them. And then our keynote speaker is Dr. Anton Reese. And so he's going to share some more about our program with the interns and next Wednesday's event in just a few minutes. We're finishing up with Leadership Paducah Class 34. So we didn't get to take a retreat last fall when they kicked off, but we're going on one next week. We're finishing up everything with them, but we're accepting applications now for our next program of Leadership Paducah Class 35. So we're so excited. It's going to be our 35th anniversary for Leadership Paducah. It's not too late to apply. The deadline is tomorrow. Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. So I can assure you I'll be standing by the door. We always have some running in at 4:55, 4:57, 4:59. That's okay. Just be here by 5 o'clock with your application, all your essay questions, and your reference letters. So that's tomorrow, 5 o'clock, Leadership Paducah Class 35. We will be going on a retreat, and we do expect to be fully back in person for Leadership Paducah Class 35. So we hope that you will apply and join us. So now I want to shift gears and talk about a new program that you've heard quite a bit recently about. It's launching a program for our businesses. It's probably focused more on small businesses, but any business owner or manager is welcome to be a participant of it. It was an idea of our Small Business Committee, and that committee is made up of small business owners, and they wanted to form a cohort group that would work together on a program that would show them how that they could actually be better and improve their business. So this cohort group is established to help businesses grow and be more successful. We all talk all the time about how our small businesses are big business in our community. They're what give us our unique flavor. So we want to do everything we can to make them successful. It's about growing our economy and providing more jobs as well. So we're going to use the book, Fix This Next. And it's by author Mike Michalowicz. We have a great program lined up with him this year for 3 different events. But he says the biggest problem business owners have, is that they may not be seeing what their biggest problem is. And sometimes just a small tweak that you can learn from the Fix This Next assessment may be just what you need to take you to the next step of growth. So Mike's going to join us for this exclusive kickoff of the program, the cohort program. If we get enough business owners, and we're like one more away from having our goal of what we needed to do. So we're going to get there. But on June 22nd, he's joining us in person as an exclusive event for the members of the cohort group. And we'll talk about Fix This Next. We'll talk about small business owners and how to get you to the next level. So I want you to hear from Mike a little bit more just now about the June 22nd event.
Mark this in your calendar, June 22nd, 9 a.m. My name is Mike Michalowicz. I'm the author of Profit First, Clockwork, and Fix This Next. On June 22nd, I'm going to be talking about Fix This Next specifically. So if you're a chamber member or if you're a small business owner or both, you're going to find exactly how to improve your business, to find the right fix. Now, for this to work, you got to be there. So sign up June 22nd, 9 a.m. Central. I'll see you. We're going to find the exact fix your business needs.
So if you're not familiar with Mike Michalowicz, you may want to go to his website, Mike Michalowicz. It's MICHALOWICZ. That'll be coming up in a few minutes. But Mike Michalowicz, he is an internationally known speaker. We're paying a really nice fee to have him join us, so we want you to join us too. We'll be working on setting time aside to identify areas that may be holding your business back, provide a support group, provide mentors and peers. You'll have an accountability coach, and you'll hear from speakers and consultants that can help you to get to the next level. It's open to all business owners in Western Kentucky and Southern Illinois, and you do not have to be a chamber member to participate. It just requires an investment in yourself. And I hope that you will look at it that way. There is a fee associated with it, but look at it as a long-term investment in helping move your business to the next level. So here's what a business owner gets from their investment in participating in the program. An exclusive kickoff for members of the cohort on June 22nd with the author of Fix This Next, Mike Michalowicz. There's special recognition for your business at the Chamber's annual meeting and business celebration on September 9th. And let me just mention, typically we've had 700 to 800 people attend our annual meeting. Even though we didn't have it in January, we're having it on September 9th. We hope to have that many or more there. Your business will be recognized, and you will too, at our annual meeting as a member of this cohort. And Mike is our featured speaker that night too, so we're looking forward to, on a little bit different topic of his books, but we're looking forward to hearing from him. And then on October 20th, you will be a participant in a special event that he's having in our area to launch his new book, Get Different. And you're going to receive copies of both books, of course. So the presenting sponsors for this cohort are the Murray State Center for Economic and Entrepreneurial Development and Paducah Bank. The supporting sponsor is West Kentucky Community and Technical College's Workforce Solution, and scholarships are available for minority-owned businesses made possible by the Mackenzie Scott gift titled the WKCTC Guarantee, our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. So let us help you create sustained, healthy growth for your business. And we believe so strongly in this program that we're going to give you a 100% money-back guarantee. If you feel like if you complete the program and you feel like you didn't get what you needed out of it, minus the cost of the book and that annual meeting ticket, but we will make it right with you. We're going to make this happen. So now's the time to apply. We really need to hear from you in the next few days. If you're interested, we can work out a payment plan, and we do have scholarships available. So let us know. You can go to PaducahChamber.org for all of the information, or send us an email at info@PaducahChamber.org, or always call us. So for more information on any of these topics that we have going on, this is just kind of the start of us really beginning to come out. Again, for 2021, you can go to PaducahChamber.org, call us, email us anytime. We're happy to hear from you. We're here to serve you. And now I'm going to introduce the chairman of the board for the Paducah Chamber for 2021. He's the president of West Kentucky Community and Technical College, and our good friend, Dr. Anton Reese.
Thank you so much, President Wilson. As I listen to you, this chamber is just incredibly busy, doing the great work advocating for all of our small businesses. Good morning and welcome everyone to our June virtual chamber breakfast. I bring greetings on behalf of our dynamic board here at the chamber. And as always, I want to say good morning to the WKCTC family, who I would be remiss if I didn't mention recently we were ranked then among the top 5 colleges in the nation. So 5-star chamber, top 5 college, great combination for economic development and growth in our area. So Sandra has mentioned many events, and I'm happy to say that we are moving back to in-person events later this month as group restrictions are lifted. Our board and staff have all commented that in a way, the chamber will be condensing a year's worth of events literally over the next 6 months as we move towards again, returning in person by July. You know, this chamber is the convener of people in the community, and we are committed, and we do plan on continuing to do that. One event coming up later this month that WKCTC is happy to host is a return for our chamber's business education partnership. About 8 years ago, our community was one of the first counties in our region to become a work-ready certified county by the state of Kentucky. It is time for us to renew the application, and it takes all hands on deck. The college will be working closely with the chamber and many others in the community as we prepare for this application. So on Tuesday, June 22nd, we are going to meet at the college for a luncheon at 11:30 a.m. to discuss our workforce in the community and our application. More information will be coming from the chamber if you're interested in joining us, and I encourage you to join us for this important endeavor. So here's just a short summary of what we have going on over the next few months. The Chamber's annual meeting and business celebration on Thursday night, September 9th. Mark that on your calendar. More information to come, and our annual awards will be presented. Our annual membership and total resource campaign is launched in September. The community's advocacy trip to Washington, D.C. on September 20th and 21st. The launch, which is our middle school career fair in October. The Small Business Expo in October, and Empower Her Women's Conference in November. Not to mention our monthly breakfasts, our leadership program, young professionals, committee meetings, and a whole lot more. So stay tuned. We need your involvement and support more than ever. I do want to go back to something Sandra mentioned with the young professionals and interns, and I'm certainly looking forward to visiting with them next week as the speaker for the breakfast with the interns. The Chamber has focused on helping our businesses to connect with our college to get summer workers and interns. We believe strongly that it is our job to ensure these interns have a great experience in our community this summer because we want them to come back here and to help fill our open jobs. We have identified about 14 companies with more than 65 interns working in our community this summer. I hope to see all of them next week so I can share 3 important facts with them. You have to attend or tune in to find out what those important facts are, though. So I look forward again to that incredible opportunity next week. But enough about us. Let's move on to hear from one of our key partners in the region, Murray State University. Today, they're the sponsor for this virtual breakfast, and we invited their president, my good friend, Dr. Bob Jackson, and Bob, I did emphasize good friend, to be our featured speaker. Dr. Jackson became the 14th president of Murray State March 2019. I don't know the facts on this, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that he's probably one of the few college presidents that is a graduate of the university who later became president. A Murray State alum, Dr. Jackson has previously served as president and CEO of the Murray State University Foundation. He has a long history with Murray State University as the Associate Vice President for Institutional Advancement and also the university's Chief Development Officer. He is also a former state senator for the 1st District. Please welcome President of Murray State University, Dr. Bob Jackson.
President Reese, thank you. That's very kind. And it's good to be with everyone this morning. And I hope that this is the last time you see me virtually for a long, long time, and hopefully never. And we get back to in-person events very soon. But I appreciate, President Reese, I appreciate your kind remarks. And I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you for a few minutes this morning. I want to thank Dr. Reese, and I'm going to say something as I go through a PowerPoint in just a moment. The partnership that we have with WKCTC and my personal relationship with Dr. Reese is a tremendous benefit to this region. And there's some exciting new programs that we're going to talk about in just a moment that show that partnership and show what we're doing to enhance our region, and especially the enhancement of Paducah and McCracken County, excuse me, through our regional campus. I'd also like to say something about Sandra. Sandra's my friend. She's been my friend for a long, long time. I've known her for a long time. There is not a better advocate in this region, and there's not a better advocate and alum also of Murray State University as well. And Sandra, I cannot see you at this moment, but I really appreciate you, our friendship, and all that you do for our region and Paducah, McCracken County especially. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you that we'll go through very quickly this morning. Sandra said I had an hour, so I'll try not to take the entire hour. And of course, I'm kidding. I'll run through this very quickly. But if you have questions at the end, please let me know, and we'll take some questions at the very end of this presentation. But I wanted to touch on, this was the last photo in person, so I wanted to show you what normalcy looks like, because that's where we're moving back to very quickly. But I want to thank those listening, maybe some of those present, and I should do this in my role, because it's true and it's important. I want to thank Judge Clymer, Mayor Bray, previous judges, previous mayors, all the city and county leaders who assist Murray State on a regular basis and assist especially with the Paducah Regional Campus and making that a reality. We have a wonderful legislative delegation, and I work with them very closely, and they're alums, all of them, alums of Murray State University, and we meet with them often. I want to point them out because much of the success that I'm going to talk about this morning and much of the success of Murray State University in total is because of the leadership in this particular region and our legislative leaders. Senator Danny Carroll, Leader Steve Rudy, the majority leader in the House, Representative Richard Heath, Representative Randy Bridges, Representative Chris Freeland. All of these individuals represent all or part of McCracken County, and really all of our West Kentucky delegation. I mean, typically in this region, we speak with one voice, and it works quite well. And I really appreciate these individuals and all that they do for the institution. I'm going to talk about some campus enhancement. I want to mention our rankings. So President Reese mentioned we have a top chamber. We have a top community college, WKCTC. We also have a top comprehensive university as well. And this region is very fortunate to have all of these institutions and be able to talk about these accolades which advance our region, our economy, and our students and families. I want to talk about academic programs briefly, some news, enrollment information, and then we'll go through some questions. So again, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. And the regional campus is vitally important to Murray State University. There's a photo of it that you see. It's a beautiful facility. It's well used, and the use continues to grow, and our programs there continue to grow. I'm going to point out in just a moment. We have nearly 5,500 alumni in Paducah and McCracken County. So it's the second largest county from the standpoint of an alumni base. So probably most of the individuals I'm talking to this morning are alums of this institution, and just as our legislators are alums of this institution. And it's imperative that all of us support what's going on at Murray State, what's going on the regional campus, and what's going on in general in higher education in this region and in the Commonwealth. I mentioned WKCTC earlier, and the partnership that we have. It is excellent. Dr. Anton Reese, again, I want to thank you, and the relationship that we have. Dan Lavitt and Jennifer Frazier, I want to thank them. Dan is in charge of all the regional campuses at all locations. So that would be also Hopkinsville, Madisonville, Henderson, and Fort Campbell. And Jennifer is in charge of Paducah, McCracken County regional campus. And so if there's questions in regard to anything that's going on, I know you all, most of you know this, just contact Jennifer, contact Dan. They're great resources. They're great advocates, and a lot of good things are going on there. Also, I want to mention the school districts briefly, the high schools who allow us in regularly to recruit. The last year has been very difficult. But our high schools, our superintendents, and the relationships that we have, and many of these, again, are alums of Murray State University. We appreciate all of those individuals and allowing us to come in and recruit students, which is vitally important, in order that we can keep those students here and they will benefit our economy throughout this region. Our rankings, I'm very proud of. I won't belabor these. For the 30th year, last fall, we learned the U.S. News and World Report recognizes Murray State University as one of the top public institutions in the country, not just in this region, but in the country. And we value that, we appreciate that, because it lets everyone know, students and families especially, just the quality of the education that you're going to receive at Murray State University. Forbes magazine says the same thing. The two rankings, excuse me, I'm most proud of. Washington Monthly for some time, and again in 2021 has said, if you want the best bang for the buck, and that's their statement, the best bang for the buck in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and really through this multi-state region, it's Murray State University. If you want a high quality institution academically at the best value, it's Murray State University. Money Magazine has said the same thing. And these accolades, these rankings don't just happen. It's a great tribute to our faculty, our staff. It's a great tribute to the administration here previously and currently. We have a lot of good people working very hard, and they've worked extremely hard through the last 15 months. And as we move toward normalcy in the days ahead, these will even be more important from that standpoint. So, and also we have about 80,000 alumni around the world. It speaks to their involvement and how they continue to be involved, both financially and with their time. And many of you I'm speaking to this morning fit into those categories, and I really appreciate all that you do for this institution. So moving forward very quickly, it is normal operations for the fall, both from a teaching and learning standpoint and a campus and student activities standpoint. As you all know, next week, really all mandates will be relaxed or eliminated in the Commonwealth for the most part, unless someone's not been vaccinated. It's recommended those individuals wear a mask. If you've not been vaccinated, please go get vaccinated for the good of yourself and your neighbor and our community and region. So I want to give that plug in as well. I've been vaccinated, and I hope everyone does as we move into the next several weeks and months. We need to end this pandemic in this country. We need to end it in Kentucky, and we need to end it in Murray State University. And we're arriving there very quickly. So Parents Weekend, you see, homecoming, athletics will all be normal operations. And we look forward to that. And I hope to see many of you at athletic events or at Parents Weekend or homecoming, and as we move into the fall, and hopefully before. Also, I want to recognize Swift and Staley. Recently, we announced a major gift, a major new scholarship gift, a $25,000 annual gift to the university to benefit the Paducah Regional Campus and those students. And Regent Leon Owens, a member of our Board of Regents, who serves here and is involved in really every aspect of the institution, chairs our finance committee. I really rely on Regent Owens. I've known Leon for 25 plus years, and he's a great personal friend, but most importantly, he's an alum and he's a friend of Murray State University. But he gives his time, he gives his treasure, he gives the support that's necessary, and it's good for this entire region. I just want to point Regent Owens out, Swift and Staley, for the extremely generous gift that will benefit our students and families throughout this region. The Murray State University Regional Campus continues to grow. New programs are being added this fall. A new exercise science program will be the newest program. That is a pre-physical therapy, pre-occupational therapy program. So you see on the screen, it's a feeder program into other health-related programs. That program was created and became reality because of a PACRO grant that we recently received. I want to thank the PACRO board and their director, Greg Lyles, in regard to their assistance and support in helping us advance this initiative. So this is an extremely important program that will be added to the portfolio of programs on the Paducah Regional Campus. Here are all the programs that one, and this is not an exhaustive list, that one can take advantage of both at the bachelor's degree level or master's degree level at the Paducah Regional Campus. And there's other programs that could be added to this, but I want to point out, again, I just mentioned the exercise science. The respiratory therapy program I'm going to talk about briefly in just a second. Occupational therapy, very successful program. I want to talk about it in just a second as well. Also logistics and supply chain management. It's been there for a while. I didn't highlight it, but that program is vitally important to this region. It's vitally important to Paducah and McCracken County. Paducah and McCracken County, as everyone knows, is the hub of the river industry. This program is a logistics program. It's a supply chain management program. It also graduates of this particular program go to FedEx, they go to UPS, they can go anywhere in this multi-state region or around the world for that matter. It's a very popular program. It's well done, and it's serving Murray State University, our students and families, and our economy quite well. The second, the second cohort of the occupational therapy program just graduated. And the good news is just a few months ago, literally, and I think it was the end of December, we received the notification that we received full accreditation for this program through 2025. So that's big news. Whenever Dr. Reese, President Reese knows this, when you get a program and you go through that extensive process to get a program fully accredited through the accrediting body of these particular academic programs, it's a major accomplishment. So our program now is fully accredited. We graduated 38 occupational therapists since this program started. The first cohort, this is really amazing as well, 100% passed their certification, and 100%. The fourth cohort will start this fall. So it continues to be a healthy, vibrant, excellent program on the Paducah Regional Campus. Also, new news in a unique three-way partnership with WKCTC and Madisonville Community College. And we're trying to do more of these programs that benefit our big region, the multi-state region, and our respective communities. Respiratory therapy is going from really a 2-year program to a 4-year program. So we will be completing the final 2 years of these programs. There'll be some lab work that will need to be completed in Madisonville. President Reese is very familiar with this and was intimately involved in its creation, along with Madisonville Community College. But this is going to be one of the only 4-year respiratory therapy programs in this multi-state region. So it should be very successful. We're looking forward to the days to come as we see this program grow. Also, I want to point out Baptist Health and Mercy Health. Baptist Health Paducah and Mercy Health. They have been wonderful, excellent partners, and their administrators and their staff have been a huge help with the occupational therapy program and all the other programs that I've named. And I really appreciate their time and attention to growing the campus and growing these programs, as well as many others throughout the region. And I could name many others, but specifically this morning wanted to point out and thank Baptist Health Paducah and Mercy Health. Also, some new news. Many of you may have participated in this. There was at the Paducah Regional Campus, a nonprofit resource center, a summit, a community innovation summit, taking advantage of our resource center. So about 100 nonprofit professionals attended programs recently on the campus. We have an excellent nonprofit leadership program, and now we've created a nonprofit resource center to advise and counsel and assist the hundreds of nonprofit entities throughout this region. And Murray State University wants to continue to be really an excellent resource to our nonprofits throughout the region. Next year, Murray State University will be 100 years old. And we were founded in 1922 by Senate Bill 14, which was signed into law that particular legislative session by Governor Morrow at the time. And so all of next year, we will have a centennial celebration and really talk about our history. We'll talk about where we're going, and this is an exciting time at Murray State, and a lot is going on, and we really, again, appreciate everyone's involvement in these particular areas. A lot is going on the main campus. There's a lot of campus enhancements, a lot of renovation projects, building projects. I'm going to touch on just a few of those in just a moment as well, very quickly. Here's a listing of some of those, including new and renovated housing developments on our campus, which are just being discussed and ongoing as we speak. There's a multi-million-dollar project to Lovett Auditorium, which is nearly 100 years old. It's one of the first buildings on campus, but that is our performing arts center. It's important to us academically. It's important to this region. And it's when it was built, when it opened, it was the largest performing arts center of its type in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And it's a grand old building, and it needs some attention and some love and care, and we're giving that building along with many of our other historic buildings. On our main campus, as many of you know, some of our buildings date to the very beginning. They're nearly 100 years old. And so we're spending a lot of time in dealing with those buildings for teaching and learning purposes, as well as for campus and student activity purposes. This is quickly Lovett Auditorium. In the photo to the bottom right is Dr. Charles and Marlene Johnson. They live in Illinois, wonderful alums, extremely generous. The lobby of Lovett Auditorium is named in their honor, but they have made several gifts to fund, enhance both the lobby and Lovett in a total, and fund a speaker series that goes on in this particular facility as well. Here are some of the items since I started in this job as the interim president in August of 2018. So it's hard to believe it'll be 3 years in a few weeks. And So we started the process of bringing nationally branded food options to this campus for recruiting, retention purposes, for the good of our faculty and staff, for the good of the community and region who want to take advantage of these also, whether it's Chick-fil-A or Starbucks or Steak and Shake. You can see what we're adding. Previously, we did not do this. And it's imperative today that in higher education, you fill these needs as well. These are some of the renovation projects that we have going on or have now been completed on campus. The Price Doyle Fine Arts Building is the largest building on the campus, so it went through some major renovations last summer and early fall. Wilson Hall's to the right. Work is going to be going on very soon there, some additional work as well. We've also enhanced campus, and these were privately funded. So as everyone knows, Racer One is our mascot. And so this is a new bronze Racer One in front of the Curris Center, the Student Center on campus. And it's becoming very quickly the #1 photo spot on campus as well. So if you haven't seen Racer One, come and visit and get your photo taken out front. It's a beautiful, beautiful bronze statue. John W. Carr Hall, to some of us, it used to be when we were students, Carr Health. John W. Carr was our first president. So we've been renovating and making changes to now rename John W. Carr Hall in his honor. And there's a bronze statue in front of it. This was a rendering that was done in advance. Much of the work has been done. More will be going on in the days ahead. This is Dr. Carr, our first president, and really the visionary of many of the academic programs, the campus that we know today, and along with our founder, Dr. Rainey T. Wells, really had the vision to create this institution. There have been days in the last 15 months where I've been on that bench with Dr. Carr, asking him questions for advice and counsel. So it's been a tough 15 months on all of us, our businesses, our institutions of higher learning, and again, bright days ahead. Our School of Engineering has been renamed. It formerly was the Institute of Engineering, but as we grow and enhance engineering and engineering technology programs, we wanted to better market our School of Engineering. So we started in the last several months a civil engineering program, which is becoming quite successful, a construction management program, and I could go on in regard to that. But this continues to be a flagship area for us, and we want to continue to grow and enhance our School of Engineering at Murray State, which is accredited at the highest level that it can be accredited at. So a lot of good things are going on in the Jesse Jones College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. A few other new academic programs. I mentioned civil engineering. I've touched on respiratory therapy, cybersecurity. All we have to do is turn on the news every day now, and we hear about the importance of cybersecurity. We have an excellent program. A number of students graduate from this program, formerly known as the Telecommunication Systems Management Program. CSI is either the largest or one of the top 2 or 3 largest employers of these graduates. I want to thank CSI for their good work in this area, for assisting us with internships, hiring our students, keeping them in this region. These students can also go anywhere, and they do. They go around, they take positions all over this country, and again, an excellent program. We've added a new Ag Ed program. This is a specialist program, which is 30 hours above a master's degree. We have a new unmanned aerial systems program, or drone technology. Drones are being used in every aspect of our lives today, and we want to make sure Murray State's on the cutting edge of that. And I could go on in regard to academic programs. Racer athletics, fall 2020 sports were moved to spring. So in the spring of 2021, we played every sport at Murray State University in the spring. So every sport was being played, men's, women's, all of them. And this is one of my favorite photos of recent years. This is Ja Morant, who leaped over a player at UT Martin to dunk it. And if you're watching any of the NBA games of late, you can see Ja Morant do great things for the Memphis Grizzlies. So we're proud of our alum, Ja Morant, in that area, but we're looking forward to fall. We're looking forward to getting back to normal in athletics, which are important to the institution. It's important to the region. Many of you are season ticket holders and great supporters of Racer Athletics, and I want to thank you in regard to that. I'm asked regularly about enrollment. So quickly, this was the national snapshot last fall. This is what fall 2020 looked like nationally. Public four-year universities, first-time freshmen declined double digits. Graduate enrollment was up about 4%. Public community colleges took a really hard hit as well, and total undergraduate enrollment was down about 4%. We've been very fortunate in the last 2 years. So 2 years back to back, we've been up in first-time freshmen, first-time transfers, first-time graduate students, and I'm very proud of that. Our individuals, our faculty and staff have worked very hard. The enrollment management staff at Murray State University have worked very hard. We put new programs in place. We've really given this area a great deal of attention, and it's important to this region. It's important to Murray State. It's important to higher education in the Commonwealth that we continue to work and push these respective areas. Fall 21 is going to be very difficult. It's going to be more difficult than last fall. And we were open all of last fall and all of this spring during the pandemic. And I think that has assisted us as well as we recruit students. Last year's class, we measure certain areas. Valedictorians in the class were up. Our retention is the highest in the Commonwealth for comprehensive universities, which means how many students start their first year, go to their second year. So we lead the state in that regard. We have students on all campuses from 45 countries and 48 states. And I think last year, every county in the Commonwealth. Sandra, Dr. Reese, I'll stop there. Again, it's an honor to be able to speak to you this morning. As always, I look forward to seeing you in person very soon. But if there's any questions, I've tried to go through this very quickly. I'll be happy to answer any question on any topic.
Great. Well, thank you, Dr. Jackson. I think we're trying to do a split screen maybe where we can see you or you can hear me as well. That's coming up just in a second, so I'm going to keep talking to you. But thank you so much for the really nice compliments that you paid to the Paducah Chamber today. I really love that picture that you showed. I think that was the day that we honored Susan Guest, who had been a longtime Board of Regents from Paducah area on the Murray State Board and was leaving as being the chairman of that board. So we honored her then back in person. But we're very proud, you did mention to have Paducah. So Leon Owens with Swift and Staley, and he's a former chairman of the Paducah Chamber Board, now serving on your Board of Regents. So we appreciate Leon's willingness to do that. I know it's a big time commitment, but he's very dedicated to Murray State, as we all are. So thank you for mentioning that. I did want to tell you that before the pandemic, I had purchased at a local charity auction, a package to a football game that included 2 tickets sitting with you. So I haven't been able to redeem that yet. So it sounds like the fall of 2021, we're going to get together.
We're gonna see each other in the fall of 21. But if you wouldn't mind, when you get a chance, email me or Jill, and because we'll fill out and make sure we're handling those games correctly. But I look forward to seeing you at a football game, Sam.
Yes. Well, we're ready for everything to be back. We did have a couple of questions that did come in. I wasn't sure we'd be able to ask them, but one was about the international students. So you just showed that on a slide about that. The restrictions, have there been restrictions that have impacted the international students at Murray State?
Yes, tremendously. Obviously, a lot of students are not able to enter the country based on which country they're from, and most of the world is at a level from the CDC standpoint that they cannot travel in. So what happened is when the pandemic hit, our international students, many of them were stranded here, if you will. And so Murray State has been their home. And many of them have not been able to travel at home. Some have been able to go home and some have not been able to come back. So it's been really a difficult challenge. This fall will be a difficult challenge too, because many parts of the world are still facing tremendous COVID challenges. India is one of them, still in China, South Korea, and I could go on and on, where we have a number of students who come here to study. So yes, it's been a tremendous challenge, and it will continue to be probably until 23.
Okay. The other question was about the Paducah campus enrollment, how it's going, a little bit more. You shared a lot of information about the Paducah campus today, and we appreciate that. We're really proud to have that in our community as a regional campus for you for Murray State. How's it going beyond everything that you shared today? Is there anything else you would like to share?
The only thing I would share is enrollment is up double digits there as well. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but the numbers are up substantially there, again, double digits. And that's because of new programs being added, the enhancements of current programs, and the recruiting from our staff there. I mean, again, Dan and Jennifer have done a very good job in regard to that, but again, the occupational therapy program has been highly successful, and it's a tribute to the community. It's a tribute to Western Baptist, Mercy Health, and on and on. As I said, we're going to take the 4th cohort of students this fall, and so it continues to grow and do well, and we continue to add programs, and those matter.
Yeah. Well, I know you have a local advisory committee here in Paducah, so we haven't been able to meet some with all the restrictions, but we look forward to having you back in Paducah, come in to see us over here, have that meeting, and talk about how we can make sure that campus continues to grow too as part of the Murray State family. So thank you so much for your sponsorship today. Thank you for being with us as a speaker. I know you have a really busy schedule and big weekend going on, I guess, with the your Board of Regents being there. So take care of Leon, and we're going to have some door prizes. Is it okay if Dr. Reese draws for your door prizes from Murray State? You trust him?
It would be an honor for President Reese to do the drawing.
All right, well, let's do that before you leave us. Okay, we have 3 really cool tote bags from Murray State. Okay, this is crazy. This is Dan Lavitt from Murray State, and Dan, I'm just going to put you aside and say, yeah, because you helped pull those together.
Can't make that up.
Yeah, you can't make that kind of stuff up. Okay, Dr. Reese. 2 more. Brandon Morgan, I see him in Murray State games. I think he might be a graduate too. Well, Alyssa Morgan, they're not related, but we have Alyssa Morgan with Baptist Health, Brandon Morgan with the Morgan Trevathan and Gunn, and Charles Grissom with WSI LTV as our 3 door prize winners for today. So thank you again to Murray State. I'm not finished yet with the breakfast though. Go Racers, and thanks again, Dr. Jackson. We appreciate you being with us.
Thank you. It's good to see everyone. Sandra, thank you. Dr. Reese, thank you.
Good to see you. We'll see you soon. Hey, I just want to mention that we are going to be back in person in July. Our next breakfast is Thursday, July 1st at 7:30 a.m. We'll be at the Jillian Carroll Convention Center. It's sponsored by Pill and Holland Insurance. This will be our annual salute to the arts. And as I said, drum roll, wait for it, louder for those in the back of the room. We're going to be back in person, and it will be reservation only, so we'll be getting that information out, but we plan to have a great panel of speakers and focusing all on our art, so we're really looking forward to that. We can't wait to see you in person. As Dr. Reese said, we are the convener of people. Before COVID-19, we were having 300 to 350 at our monthly breakfast, and so we're hoping to have that many again July 1st. We'll be celebrating in a big way, so you want to be there with us as we do that. Typically, our breakfast, when we say 7:30, we actually don't start the program until about 7:40, so we end around 8:30. That will kind of be the same format in July, but I'm going to ask that you maybe plan to come a little early to see everybody and stay a little late because we might run over. We have a lot to go on that day. Our Leadership Paducah Class 34 will be presenting their funds that they've raised for Lifeline Recovery Center. And so I'm so proud of them and so proud of what they have accomplished to help such a worthwhile organization. So Lifeline Recovery Center representatives will be there, and so will Leadership Paducah Class 34 for that presentation. Again, we're saluting the arts, so let me just say you can find out more about all of our events that I've mentioned today, that Dr. Reese has mentioned, at PaducahChamber.org. We will see you next week at either the PYP and Interns Breakfast or the golf tournament or Leadership Paducah Class 34's retreat, and therefore they're on throughout the whole month of June and on into the summer. So thank you for joining us today. We're ending just a few minutes early. We'll make up for it in July. Have a great day and see you soon. And go Racers!